going to hear from Mark de Blasio. Thank you for everyone being here tonight. Stephen Steger.
Here.
Thank you. Christine DiDonato is here. Lorraine Baldwin.
Here.
Harry Back.
Here.
Thank you. Alex Coulter.
Here.
Catherine Rafter. Tom Medvecki let us know that he was an abstention. Eric Krasinski. Roy Sundstrom. And Yogi Kurtz also let us know he would not be here this evening.
Yep.
Okay, we'd like to just submit the meeting minutes for, March. Does anyone have anything that needed to be changed?
No, look at me.
Okay. Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Second? Thank you. Okay. Maureen,
Yeah.
take it away.
Absolutely. Okay. Mark, do you want to give us an update as far as some of the discussions as far as the RFQ, beach replenishment, beach safety, that sort of thing?
Yeah, and I apologize. I have a meeting conflict tonight, so I'm also going to apologize for my speed of which I'm going to give my report. So two items that I have is I know that the city went out and solicited RFQs, and you might be looking for additional consultants. So we're going to help the city procure another list of consultants for consideration on that initiative, and we should be able to assess that and provide that list to you within the next week or two. That was the first item. And then the second item is we're exploring working with the DEP and Army Corps through what's known as an NJDEP CAFRA individual permit to redistribute sand on the beach above and beyond what's allowed through a general permit, which would give the city the flexibility or opportunity with the approval of the Army Corps and DEP to move sand on the beach by knocking down scarps and redistributing that sand to more remote areas on the beach that are beyond the GP. So I think that's another avenue or tool that the city can look at to deal with your beach safety and your scarping issue moving forward. But that would definitely be a CAFRA IP. And we definitely need to dialogue more with the regulatory agencies before we really put that out there and charge forward with that. So those were the two items that I have to update you on.
Okay. Mark, thank you for that. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, sorry. Does anyone have any questions regarding
No, I think
either?
I'm pretty clear with that.
Okay.
If someone else has any questions on it?
It just furthers our GP permit that we have, yeah.
Yep.
To be able to do more. Okay. Okay, Mark.
Yeah, and I think the term is known as sand back passing. So that would basically give you the ability to do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very
Wonderful.
much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Enjoy, everyone. Have a great night.
Okay,
Yeah.
take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
If I could just follow up with that, I'll give a quick update. I think from the fall and the winter, the beaches are actually in pretty good shape compared to last year of what we're going into the season with the lack of storms. The slope's not nearly as bad as it was going into last summer. So I think we're in pretty good shape. I think that's a positive on all fronts for us, and we just know it's a matter of time before we have to deal with it. But right now, I think we're going in in a pretty good position.
Good.
That's great.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. I guess we're going to move on to the marketing component since we got George and Casey here. George gave us an update to the brochure, which was sent around today, and it had some of the corrections on it from before. And I don't know if you want to say anything else on that, George.
Sure, yeah, so basically, after the last meeting, just made some of the updates and corrections based on the input from last meeting. A couple of the big changes was really promoted always swim in front of a lifeguard. I think the representative from the fire department last time really wanted to push that, so we made that on the bottom, big letters, and then kind of underlined it under the lifeguard section as well. We added another QR code that will take you directly to the Beach Patrol website. Now, I know last meeting we talked about that we wanted to use the QR code that's on the signs on the beachfront. I went and tried that out, and it actually does not work. It takes you to a website that's hosted by lcmrschooldistrict.com, which doesn't take you anywhere. There's no links from that. So instead of using that QR code, I just made a new one and directed that one to kmaybeachpatrol.org. Other changes, I think I changed some of the text in the digging holes section, just kind of clarified that. And I believe that was the majority of the changes that were recommended from the last meeting. So I don't know if anybody else has any more updates that they think should be made to the brochure. But the other thing I think we got to talk about, and we'll talk about this with Casey, is the social media presence. How do we want to approach that, and really how we're going to put that on the brochure, if we want to have our own accounts or use the city's accounts. So before the brochure is printed, we're just going to have to make sure that that part is updated on the brochure. So, any questions for me?
I think the social media side that was brought up at some point of having just a straight-up City of Cape May beach safety social media site that's dedicated, I think was that Casey? Somebody brought it up. I think that's a great idea, to somewhat separate it from the city and from the Beach Patrol, just have its own dedicated social media. So
I think, to me, that would probably make the most sense, just because it's probably, it's the city account is probably a little more tourism related or a little more city related, and this we want to specifically just promote beach safety, and it'll still be shared by the city account, I would
And
assume.
beach information, too.
Beach information, yeah, wheelchairs and what lifeguard stands are currently open and which aren't, at the end of the year in August when we start to close some, that will be covered, of course. I think that would probably make the most sense to have separate accounts, so.
Yeah, I guess it's just really up to Casey, I guess. What do you think's appropriate for the city, I guess, with the social media accounts, since you're basically in charge of all that stuff?
Yeah, so I definitely agree. The city page is definitely more tourism, and we've actually already kind of delegated another page. So during COVID, there was a meetings page created that was for all the live streamed meetings. And I've held on to that page in case we need to possibly use it for something like this, where we want to push out more public information versus coming from a tourism standpoint. Because for the most part, it's the police pages that are sending out public safety. Because I don't think fire has anything anymore.
No, the union has a Instagram page. We took all our stuff down because of the social archiving.
Right, and that's the other thing too. So we have to, because technically all the city's social media has to be archived because it's a public entity. So if we maybe look into using this other page for more public safety, beach safety, and public information, we could do that. We already have it. I can just edit it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. I think, I've looked at some other like municipalities or towns, beach towns, and a lot of them, or any town really, that, has like a tourism or visitor component, and it seems like they'll usually have like a government page
Yeah.
and then like a visit page, like Visit Cape May, Visit Ocean City, something like that. So, yeah, I think that would make sense. And then, I don't know how we want to approach, having me access the page, or if I send you the content, whatever you guys think is easier or more appropriate, but yeah, we can discuss.
Yeah, we can definitely work on that for sure. So I can do that. I can just turn what we have titled as the meetings page into just something more specific to public information. And I can look at the other municipalities too and see what they actually titled those pages too. So Facebook, is it also something for Instagram? Because we use Instagram and Facebook for the city.
Yeah, and
platforms.
So I was really thinking definitely Instagram, and not so much where it's like the same info is put on Facebook and Instagram, because really, there's two different groups, or age groups really, of people that are viewing both platforms. Facebook is usually more detailed information, a little older tends to be, versus Instagram is definitely younger, so I think we could really target two different, kind of groups.
That's
by
what we do with the
utilizing
city
both.
page, yeah.
Yeah, and then also, a big thing is Instagram Reels. like the Instagram version of TikTok. So basically, I was envisioning, really utilizing that, and that usually will get a lot more reach. So even if somebody necessarily doesn't follow you or follow your account, they'll see your reels, and then they'll access that information, be able to see that information. So I would definitely, recommend both Facebook and Instagram, and utilizing different content between both, personalizing it to each account and stuff like that.
The other thing the city has is we actually also have an OEM page, but I think that should just be separate for any emergencies versus trying to avoid emergencies and more from a safety standpoint. So that would leave us then with more of public safety and public information, tourism, and emergency.
Now, I have a quick question. You were talking about the QR code on the signs. Is that something, Casey? that you-
I'm going to deal with that immediately.
Okay.
I had,
So
yeah.
you can just take, get a vinyl sticker,
Yeah.
new QR code, and put it over the
So
old?
we just changed the Beach Patrol website last year, I think.
Yeah.
Prior to that, the beach safety was somehow related to Lower Cape May Regional, I think the high school. Somehow they had something to do with our brochures, or our website, I'm saying, I'm not sure. I know, I don't know, do you know the,
I think that's the case. I don't know
It's
what
an
happened.
error.
I'm not sure what happened with
I think
the,
it's an error.
with the QR
yes,
code.
it was,
But, nope.
No,
Sarah did
it
the
was-
video. So that, none of that was ever run through Lower. I don't know where that all came into play.
this goes back pre-COVID. There was some kind of something. And when we updated everything, I don't believe that those QR codes, they must not have been updated. So I'll get that taken care of.
The QR code on the signs on the beachfront, it takes you to a page that is hosted by lcmrschools.com, but then there are separate links that are supposed to take you to the Beach Patrol website. One's supposed to take you to, I think, the city website, a tide chart, and none of those links work. So it does take you to a page, but the links from that page aren't operable. at this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, because I've owned that domain from 1998 on.
Yeah, they used to, I just remember from last year, when you would go to our beach safety, it would somehow take you to a lower website, but that CapeMayBeachPatrol.com was something different that we've now started to merge into our city.
Correct.
So when that changed, we just must not have updated the QR code. So that's just what needs to be changed.
Because the city, on the city webpage has like a beach safety
Correct.
page on there for that, I guess, purpose, I guess.
Yep. So, and right, so this wasn't created until last year or the year before, actually, I think it was the year before I did it. And before I created this, it was going to a Lower Cape May regional link of some kind. So completely remove that and put this in, which now just needs to be either linked to the beachpatrol.com or this. But it's the tide chart, weather report, videos, events. So as long as we can just, I can add the CapeMayBeachPatrol.com to the city's website, like I have for the police. So the police, their website is linked onto ours, so I can just do the same. I thought I did
That'd
that.
probably would be easier.
Yeah,
guess.
and I thought we did that already.
It's been, last year was a big transition year for the website.
And it was getting redone, yeah. So I have it on here. So on the city's website, on the Beach Patrol page, we do have to explore our website, CapeMayBeachPatrol.com. And
I think it's
it's
supposed to be .org.
.org?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's that's what I have on the
It is.
brochure.
okay. So that's what you guys currently have now, right? Beachpatrol.org?
Correct.
Okay, okay. Well, soon enough, I will have the website linked correctly, and I will also get the QR codes taken care of with Public Works.
Great.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah.
George,
pretty good
we
shape at
have
that
an
point.
opening on the beach safety committee. Are you interested by any chance, or?
Sure,
Please
yeah.
consider it.
Okay, yes, of course.
That would be wonderful.
We'll take the help.
George,
We
we'd love to
the
have you.
insight.
I'll do it.
All
I'm
right.
down.
We're going to talk to you further about this after. Thank you very much. Okay, so, go ahead, Steve, sorry.
Yeah, I don't really think I have any more to comment on that, other than, well, everything will be in sync then at that point. So
I guess-
we'll be
So the next game plan, are you guys taking care of sending this to the printer? So after we
Yes.
finalize the social media, you guys have that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
need to just get a few approvals on that real
Okay.
quick.
So I guess
So
first,
I-
I'll talk with Casey, maybe I'll email her, and we'll finalize what usernames we'll put on the brochure for the social
Yeah.
media, and then we'll be good for it to be printed and stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I just need a couple of copies of that.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
was just trying to find the link on my email, and on my phone, it's so hard to find.
Yeah,
that-
I got some, yeah.
Then I guess at some point in May, I don't know when, I guess Lower Cape May Regional is gonna go down and
Their videos.
redo those videos.
Okay.
Water's gonna be a little cold, but they said they're gonna wear wetsuits, so. I gotta admire their spirit, so.
Are those new videos, is that something we can start implementing on Movies on the Beach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They claim it's gonna be, you know.
Okay.
A quality production, so.
Okay.
I believe them, so it should be able to be used for that. That's-
Okay, because we're just using the ones we've been using for a long time.
A lot. That was very nice. And Casey, can
Yeah, they're gonna
you,
do like drone footage and stuff. They put together a pretty good presentation as to what they're gonna do. Sarah came up with a script, a pretty well.
I think that was for
detailed script,
3.
Which is great for them to follow, so they're on their way, so they're in pretty good shape.
excellent. Can we put on the website, in terms of, so we have our June 25th, what do we call it, or like our demonstration project for Beach Pacific?
The open house?
The
Yes.
Open house, yeah.
Yep, so-
It's for all emergency services. Last year was Beach Patrol, but we opened it up. This year we'd like to try to
Oh, we're going to do all public safety?
Police, yeah.
Okay, but at
Fire
headquarters?
And
Yeah, we
rescue.
know Harry thinks they're better than everybody, but we're going to include everyone.
So it's all public, Cape May Public Safety at headquarters.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna do like an open house breakfast type thing, and then we've got the demonstration project. What, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah? Yeah?
do
And,
demonstrations again.
Okay, good.
I'm not sure what you guys meant by junior demonstration, that would be a little tough.
Oh, I think, Tom wanted to have, see, your junior guards may have not started yet, or
They
the
won't.
mascot, so we, this was more just brainstorming, but it depends on where you are in that process. So, but whatever you wanna do, let us know, we'll put it in.
so are you going to need more than an hour like last year then, I'm assuming?
We did like,
What do you
we
think?
did like
Not-
2 hours last
2
year.
Last
hours.
year
Yeah, I
we-
think we did
well-
2-hour open house in and out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this time we're gonna have something up front,
Right.
like a little
Yes.
table and stuff up front, tent and all that kind of stuff.
So, last year, did we do it 9 to 10?
9 to 10.
You want to do 9 to 11, 8:30
I think we
to
did.
10:30?
I think
We
did-
mar,
I
we
think did
marketed
9 to
it as
11
9
last
to
year.
10.
I think we did.
Okay, so do you want to repeat that? Or do you want to do it earlier?
Can we develop a subcommittee for this?
We sort of did, we had Yogi and, yeah, okay, so, okay. We'll talk about that then.
Okay.
So it's 2 months, basically.
And then just let us know what we need to do, the rest of us
Yeah.
on the committee.
I think it'll be hitting up Wawa, things like that, coffee, yes. Okay, yes, we'll talk about that.
And I think, Christina, I don't know if it was you or Steve who sent me verbiage for the press release last year. Do
I think I
you,
did.
do you want to do that again?
That's
Since
correct.
it's a little different?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll send it out once you send it to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Anybody else have anything they wanna say about marketing of any kind, or I think we covered basically everything? All right, I guess we'll move on to, I guess, well, I mean, we kind of discussed beach replenishment, so is there anything else relevant that we got to discuss on that topic? No? All right, so we'll move on to educating the public.
Okay, yeah, so we got a text from Tom Medvecki. He was not able to make it due to family schedule, but he said he's been working with Harry to create a schedule for coming into the schools. He said he'd update us, he didn't, just like,
We have dates for Cape May Elementary,
you do?
and we have a gate, a time frame.
Okay.
And then for the lower township schools, we're working on setting dates. Mitnick contacted us, the other schools have contacted. So that's all in the works of just picking out the dates that work for both parties. but we will be in every elementary school in between Lower Township, West Cape May, and Cape May.
Oh, wow, good.
Excellent. Okay, and I know Tom as well, and I'm sure he'll talk to you, but he was just trying to order some shirts or something to that effect. He was going to talk about it tonight, but,
We haven't gotten there yet.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it, but we haven't gotten to that point of actually purchasing the shirts. But
I know he was waiting for that grant to come through. Is there something we can do until we hear about the grant to help him?
Nothing, I don't think.
Okay. All right, so there's no, if he needs any monies towards it?
Well, it would just come out of, it would
Yeah.
have to come out of the
Do it at the
beach
beach
patrol budget.
patrol, yeah.
And since we're just getting to that place in time where we actually have a budget, it's kind of hard and to figure out how that works.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay.
We're good on beach replenishment, beach safety, we are where we are. We'll hear, get an update from Tom on that next. Marketing, we're good, and then the PA system.
If you want to, I mean, we could take a field trip. They're out there working, I think, just south of Mermaids. At this point, they're, looking at getting it up before the season starts,
Okay.
so.
Once we finish with that, it's kind of on its own. What, do we want to take this off? And then is there anything we want to add once we do?
I mean, now that the project's over, I don't really think it really requires this committee talking about it, now
No,
that it's
no,
in
right.
motion.
Yeah, because
So
it really is
I would say-
operational at that point.
Right.
And it really comes down to between Casey and Harry, and,
I think, we're on the right track. This took a long time to get to where we are. I think when it's all said and done, we'll be in a good position for the beachfront. I think, and all I'd say is as someone for the rest of the town, I think this is, the beachfront shouldn't be the end. And I know I am very specific to the beachfront, but the mall area should be included in the public address system as well when we have impending weather. I think that's our highest volume of people in the summer in our seasonal months is the beach and that mall. And if we're out here really to protect the public in a big general sense, then we should be informing them as much as we can, and the public address system would be great if we could add it on. Is your system installed in Convention Hall?
No. It
They
has
drilled it.
wiring that
Yeah.
they started. There's some kind of wiring. Because they're going to be putting the same unit that you guys have in our offices, but it's not in yet.
And then are we doing audio taped, like recordings, or is it going to be a mixture of both?
We've always done a mixture of both,
Okay.
but I think that depends. Like, I think from our standpoint, the early morning announcements are recorded, and then the emergency announcements are on time, like they're right then and there.
The real time.
So,
Are there announcements every morning?
Yeah,
Yeah, get off the boardwalk,
yeah.
bikes, and
Exactly how to-
It's,
In not so many words.
it's not how we remember it as children, but it's still there, it's not the same voice, but.
Ronnie, well, that's what I was thinking. Are we gonna, Ronan's voice will always be in my head for my entire life. Is there somebody like James Earl Jones type yet? Not kidding.
We still have Gina's voice, yeah.
I just want to hear him say rollerblades again.
I'm thinking Yogi's got a booming voice.
It does.
Because he was out there last year doing the, trying to get people in for that
yeah, I
open
think
house.
Yogi would make a nice candidate if he
And
wanted to do it.
his brother was a voiceover for NBC for,
I mean, he does, you
Yeah.
definitely have a,
He
a
has
voice
that
for
voice.
announcing. But I do like the old recordings.
I like the
Those
old
are pretty
recordings.
cool. But, yeah, it might be time to record something new.
Okay. And then, all right, so once we take this PA system off, we'll start.
I'm sure there'll be a new project that will fill its place.
yeah.
Exciting, okay. Does anyone have anything else to add at the moment?
I do not.
Okay, for those who are not here, again, for the May meeting, we're really gonna try to push to have a full house of the people on the, because we know once June happens, you guys are gonna get caught up with Beach Patrol and all, so I will put that in the notes to try to get everyone here for May to plan for the open house in June.
Yeah, and I guess once the brochures are done, because I don't know what the turnaround time is on those. We probably might need to have some volunteers to do mass distribution of
I'll
them.
volunteer.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be too crazy. Basically, just take big stacks of them to all the hotels,
Hotels.
get a list together.
Yep.
That they'll probably take them with open arms. They might even send their own people to go down to Convention Hall and get them. That's probably what we want to tell them to do. That way, we're not like running around all summer. putting
When
out
do we
brochures.
expect them?
We got to get, George has to make sure that this is good to go with all the social media stuff and the QR codes.
Yeah, I would
Once that's
say
done-
maybe that'll take Casey and I maybe a week to get that squared away, and then, I don't know who you guys use for a printer, but I shouldn't expect that to take more than 2 to 3 weeks, I would assume. From stuff I've done in the past, it shouldn't take.
Yeah, so I would say maybe, hopefully before Memorial Day, we can have
Yeah.
it distributed.
All right, so that'll be the.
So that would be the
target.
goal, yeah. I guess, Casey, would you be the one ordering these? on behalf of
Yes.
the city, pretty much?
Yes, so do we want to go with, because we've done two different, do we want to go with about this size standard and also the small ones that we give to Beach Tag?
I think the small ones given to the beach taggers are really,
So I'll just order the way we've been ordering, we're just doing new artwork.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I think that would be good.
because I think for the most part, what we've been ordering has been sufficient. Right, Beach Tag and just for the beach safety brochure.
Yeah. So, so basically, we're gonna order just,
Those ones,
Yeah?
yes.
and
And
we're gonna
then,
order two sizes or just
I
one?
didn't bring it. The old one, the big one? Yeah. No, not that one. So last year we did this, but like this. So this was a trifold and larger, but then we also did the small for beach tag sales. So we can do this size, but trifold, and then also do these sizes. I got this.
Yeah. I'll let you can use your discretion. on what's
Okay.
best.
I'll just order what we at least ordered last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And George, I guess you could format it for this.
Yeah, and if you need help reformatting it into this size,
Yeah, I'll just copy. We'll both talk to the printer in case we need to do something. Okay.
So we think we can get them, I mean, by the 15th or the 22nd of May, is that reasonable?
Before Memorial Day weekend, for
And
sure.
we'll plan to.
And that week before, hopefully,
Okay.
yeah, just get them all out.
Perfect.
Yeah, because the Beach Tag office, they'll just get them from Convention Hall when they get delivered. So
Okay.
they're right there. It's just more so the delivery of the other ones.
I
other
mean, your beach
size.
taggers are your main
Yeah.
distribution source. But, I mean, having it at the hotels and stuff too, they'll take them. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if that would be necessary, because I don't know if the schools will be,
I'm
We,
sure Tom will bring a few while he's going through, showing people in the, like,
yeah,
kids that it's out there. Again, that was part of what his grant was about, was people, like, getting this information spread.
Yeah.
It happens through the locals.
yeah, we tend, because we do give a lot of stuff to the schools just based from the civic affairs standpoint. We tend to keep it as simple as possible because it's the kids taking it home. So rather than get lost somehow, some way, we'll tend to put a lot of information just on one sheet. But I would assume, same thing, that if they're going and doing a demonstration, they can give out different things in the brochures.
Okay, thank you.
okay. Does anybody have anything else?
Alex, as far as the injuries, your guys are on board to continue to chart that, especially with the season coming on us.
Yeah, I'm going to do the reports like we had talked about before, a lot more detailed.
Yep.
You know, location. There's only
Tides.
so much I can put in there for, patient information, but time of day, tides, weather conditions, like, that's all important. So that'll all be in there. We had one, we've already been on the beach a couple times already this year, so, one was a distress call, so,
Oh, wow.
so
Okay.
we're moving. But yeah, it just comes down to how often do you want me to present? So, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I could do it every month, but, until we get into June, July, there's not going to be a whole lot on it most likely. So, but I mean, it's easy enough to do. I'm redoing it anyway,
Just
so.
even, yeah, send it to Christine,
Okay,
at least, so she would have it.
Yeah, I'll get them before each meeting, I'll get you a copy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Another marketing thing. Is anyone Beach Patrol related using the old Beach Patrol for Twitter? The old Twitter account?
I don't even know who
Okay, all right.
possession of that. And
Okay.
honestly, I tried to look that up.
Yeah.
And there's an Instagram out there that's not ours. All these things happened between my original departure and my return, so
Okay.
I do not have access to them. I don't even know who they belong to.
Okay. I mean, there's also a Cape May Convention Hall out there that is not us. So obviously, we can't necessarily stop that, but it's on our website. So that's why I just wanted to at least make sure what we're putting out there is accurate. So we're not using the Twitter.
No.
Okay.
You're not paying that $7 or $8 for your blue check mark, Harry? You didn't gift it to you?
Okay.
All right, I think if no one has anything else to comment, I guess we'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn? Second?
Okay, second.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.